Hello everyone, this is Tribecast episode 34 and my name is Marina. This week we will sum up the Sustainability Startup Weekend with the Startup Weekend facilitator Armand Dupuis, and then we'll talk about the Emerging Game Hub with Joni Lappalainen from Dreamloop Games. And before we continue to the interviews, I'd like to announce that next week Tribecast is doing a special episode at Stream Startup Festival, 3rd of October. And afterwards, we can meet and talk a bit at Tribefest, which is the birthday party of the P47 co-working space. We are 2 years, and that's gonna be fun. And for our listeners, I should tell that Startup Weekend is lots of craziness going around. There will be lots of background noise probably during this interview. And it was a bit hard for me to find someone to talk to, but still, I stopped Armand and literally grabbed him from the hand, and we really hope that no one will appear at our studio in the middle of the recording looking for something, looking for someone, trying to find some quiet corner or something else. But yeah, let's hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Hello, Armand. Thank you very much for helping to create this amazing weekend. I really feel the vibe and the spirit, and people are enthusiastic about the entire project. Maybe we'll just give you a minute to tell you about yourself, and then we'll continue to the Startup Weekend.
Okay, thank you. Whole minute. So my name is Armand Dupuis. I'm a French person who lives now in Helsinki for more than 2 years. In my day work, I work as a CTO in a edtech company in Helsinki called Utelias. We make application to teach languages for kids. We actually have one of clients in Tampere. So that's me. And during my free time, when I'm not cooking or visiting the Finnish forest, I'm facilitating or organizing events, entrepreneurship events, like Startup Weekend.
So I know that Startup Weekend is actually a franchise, so it's an international project, and it's run by Techstars, right?
Yes, so Techstars own the name, but it's up to any individual to organize it. So that's what you did and Valeria did in the organizing team for Tribe.
Right, and let me remind our listeners that the interview with the project lead from Tribe's side, Valeria Vasilyeva, can be heard a few episodes ago. She gave me a really nice interview explaining what we are doing from our side. But let's go from the international. So what is a Startup Weekend?
So Startup Weekend, it's many things. Can be a celebration, can be a discovery. It's mainly an event that lasts 1 weekend. And the goal is for participants who want to know what is a startup, what is entrepreneurship, to join here and to learn what is entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. So we go through a format where on Friday participants come to our event, venue here in Tribe. Some of them have ideas, some of them are entrepreneurs, some are business people, some are developers, designers, many backgrounds. Some have some specific skills. Here sustainability, so there's some sustainability experts that just join on Friday. Some of them have ideas, so they pitch it in front of the crowd, and then the crowd choose with whom to work during the weekend. And during the weekend, they try to start a startup. Mm-hmm. So they start from an idea, work as a team, and pitch it in front of a jury of experts on Sunday. Mm-hmm. The idea for them is to go as far as possible, try to build something, try to sell something, try to decide on the business, find a partner, and then from that, learn what is entrepreneurship. It's all about actually learning and building a community for entrepreneurs.
So basically, you underline once again that one does not have to be a business person or a startup entrepreneur to join a Startup Weekend. You can just come as you are if you have some specific qualities or some specific interests.
Yeah, it's also about main people who come are curious about it or wants to see what is it about and try it. For example, when I did it my first participation, I was studying IT and I was like, I need to find jobs. And a lot of people speak about startups, so maybe I want to see what it's about. Is it something I would like to see more? And then I went there, participated, loved it, and then I applied to do more and learn more about it. And then it was later on that I wanted to start my startup. You don't have to, just about learning and discovering.
How long are you doing it?
Startup Weekends, I started in 2013. So it's been 6 years now already. I started as a participant, organizer, and facilitator for 2 years now.
So you actually started as a participant, yes, and then you grew into... Have you observed any startups actually born from Startup Weekends?
Quite a few, yes. So in France, we had, when I was first year, there was like 12 teams, and out of them 4 started, and 3 are still running actually. So 3 still exist 6 years after that. Even though the goal is not to create startup at Startup Weekend, but create entrepreneurs. So, but to answer your question, yes, I've seen a few.
So that's actually one of the ways to look for a job, or to create a job for yourself.
Yeah, it's up to you to choose if you want to join a team, join a startup, create your own, learn how to do it, get to network. Also, community is an important word at Startup Weekend. So we try to build a good network, and this is what is useful to if you want to start or to work to later on.
I know that in Tampere we run startup weekends once a year. How often do they actually happen around the world?
In 1 year, you mean, or something like that?
Yeah, in one year. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, in 1 year in Europe, it's about 200 or more.
Right, so pretty much every other weekend or every weekend.
Actually, this weekend there's more than 15 together.
Wow. So if you missed the Tampere one, you can always check if there is something else.
Yeah.
Can you actually check it on Techstars
you can go
website?
to startupweekend.org, and there's a website where you can see all the information about it, and there is all the next events coming nearby or whenever you want to see it.
So you technically don't have to reside in the same city. There is not that limitation that I cannot go to, I don't know, Startup Weekend Paris if I want to.
Yes, you can go there, of course. Actually, when I was participant, I loved it so much that I wanted to see it again. You don't want to wait 1 year, so I went to 2 different cities to attend. So that's also something you can do.
And your T-shirt says Startup Weekend Monaco. Any comments about that? Was it your favorite one or your first one? Or
neither of them was a good one. It was actually my second facilitation. So, and it was my first time abroad. Back then I was still living in France. Even though it was still French speaking, it was different mindset, different concept, different mentalities. And it was quite interesting to see how Startup Weekend works outside of my region. So I really enjoyed it.
I guess it's a good time to ask, do you see any differences between French and Finnish startup ecosystem?
A lot. Finnish are more straight to the point. So So
people just come to investors, say, we need money.
Not necessarily, but you try it at Startup Weekend, when we explain that we need to do validation, go to your customers, see if there's any market, like see if your idea is worth anything. In Finland, I've seen that you are a bit less afraid, even though to go there and to test it and to go straight to the point and to make sure it works. I'm doing something in a good way. While in France, sometimes it will be more reassuring to get help or get to know more people or to get to take more time to actually prepare it or build something more perfect. Here, you just show what you get and see what happens. It's more efficient, I feel like. Both have their qualities, of course, but if you ask me the difference, I see that it's a bit more straight to the point.
The topic of this year's Tampere Startup Weekend is sustainability. What other topics can be?
Anything. It can be typically for Startup Weekend, it's general topics. So anyone has any idea in any topic can join. And then you can have thematic or vertical. Here, sustainability. Currently, for this weekend, there's a lot of women edition happening all over the place. So women edition, it's about empowering women to start and to be self-starting companies or being in entrepreneurship fields. There is education, there is healthcare, youth, same topics about youth, makers, IT space. I can go on a lot of time. Creativity. I've seen one prison topic, so Startup Weekend for prison. Startup Weekend for refugees, Startup Weekend for agriculture. So you can choose, every team, every organizer choose that topic and they can go there. So you can be quite creative about it.
And probably have one last question. Today is the last day of Startup Weekend Sustainability Tampere 2019. And in a few hours, we'll be watching the final pitch. Can you give some kind of quick summary of what happened within these 2.5 days? Something specific and something very unforgettable for you.
A lot of things happened, so it's hard to summarize it in a few points. So first, it was my first time to Tampere, so it was quite a good learning experience. So Tribe is quite cozy, and the participants are in a way that I like it. It feels like, let's say, family or something. So it's quite easy to speak to each other. The coaches and the mentors and the organizer, all of them are working together, and the participants are not afraid to speak. So I like that. Sometimes it's feel a bit intimidating to be in a place you don't know and to have to work on something with people you don't know. But here I feel like it's quite nice vibes. The project also, first time I do sustainability, I facilitate for Startup Weekend Sustainability, and I don't know what to expect. but the project are quite interesting and eye-opening also. So I've been learning quite new things here, so I'm quite happy. I like to cook also, and I was amazed about the food here, so that I was always looking like how do I put more variety in my food, and now I have some answer for that also. So all the vibe about it, it's quite nice, and learning new things and also meeting some new people here.
Okay, then thank you very much for the interview, Armand, and let's wish good luck to all the participants, and let's continue through the weekend.
Thank you.
And yeah, have one more guest for this week. And hello, Joni, and please tell our listeners a few things about yourself.
Hi, I'm Joni Lappalainen. I'm the CEO of Dream Hub Games. Beside that, also avid active for IGDA Finland, and kind of like the hub lead here in Tampere. And also now pushing forward the game industry again here in Tampere in terms of Tampere Game Hub, and also along the cultural capital of Europe that we want to have here in Tampere in 2026.
Right, let's probably start with the company you're currently working with. Please tell us a few things about it. What do you guys do?
Yeah, Dream Hub Games was founded like 2015. We were founded by 3 guys, and we were approximately a team of 5 at first. Pretty typical, a new company story. We founded a company. We had a project that we wanted to go with. We went to Kickstarter with it. We wrote to the president on how hard it is to get to Kickstarter from Finland. Got some little bit of fame about it. And then we failed the Kickstarter, the typical entrepreneurial story. You fail the first thing that you try. Then we merged together with Vasara Entertainment, got some more new talent there, and then started to go on consoles with the game called Stardust Galaxy Warriors. And after that, we joined the Remote Control family, which is the biggest studio collaboration in Europe. And through on out there, we have been working with multiple different business clients on gaming industry and worked over 20 projects since then. And we've been now around like 4 years, and we have I think 14 people at the moment.
Are you only in Tampere, or do you have offices outside?
We are only in Tampere. We do have a subsidiary in the US, but there's only a mailbox over there. And then, of course, like I said, as we are part of Remote Control, it's they have their place of business in Munich, in Germany, and that's kind of like a big part of our collaboration is based in there.
Okay, and also you're part of the Startup Hub. As far as I guess, you have been one of the founding companies there.
Yeah, we were one of the companies who were most annoyed by the fact that what happened with New Factory and Varma, and so we were one of the most vocal about doing something of our own, leaving, rebelling against the big corporation and actually make a working community ourselves. So yeah, I was there as kind of one of the founding people. I think my name is in the founding document of Tampere Startup Hub.
Right, and now you're developing a new thing, which is Tampere Game Hub. I would like to remind our listeners that we briefly mentioned Turku Game Hub during our visit to Turku, and now I made you angry because of Turku-Tampere amazing relationship, so you can just have the energy to answer this question. Tell me about the Game Hub Tampere and why it will be cooler and better than the Game Hub Turku.
First of all, I'm from Oulu, so Turku and Tampere feud is beyond me. I'm only focusing on Swedes because that's kind of what we do in Oulu. Definitely, I mean, Tampere Game Hub is the best game hub in Finland and in the whole world to start off with. It's still young, it's still early. We still need to get more of the local game industry involved there so that we can have a board that is actually representative of the whole industry, even include some student board members and stuff like that, so that we actually have the voice of the whole Tampere gaming community in there. But Tampere Game Hub is there to bring a hub, to bring one place